Welcome back to another video. How are you doing today? Lots and lots to talk about. As always, the NFL dropped two bombs on us with these two massive trades. But
Crazy.
first, I want to introduce a very special guest, Patriots fan Ian. Thank you for coming onto the show.
Thanks for having me. My name's Ian. Nice to meet everybody.
Patriots fan and AJ Brown, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, has just been traded to the Patriots. So, Ian, do you like this trade?
Of course. But I mean, I think the biggest part is as great as it is, like the writing was on the wall the whole time for like months. That's where I see. Like it's not that surprising. We are all waiting for that date for it to happen, but I'm happy he's finally here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Drake May has a new wide receiver one, got rid of Stephon Diggs. So now you just upgraded the wide receiver room. I mean, tougher schedule, second place in the NFL,
For
but
sure.
Drake May and AJ Brown about to put up some numbers. But anyway, Jay, I want to ask you, was the trade fair? Eagles get a first rounder for in 2028 and a fifth rounder. I mean, fifth rounder is probably just a side. It's not really going to do anything. But the first in 2028, how he's loading up for something big. But did you think that was fair for the Eagles?
Yeah, the funny part is everyone's like, oh well, the Eagles, they got so much worse and this, that, the third. My big thing is like we know the drama that AJ Brown brought to the Eagles, the negative attention, the negative media attention, everything that we saw. It was almost like as soon as Saquon got on, that's when the problems started and the complaining started. So, there's no doubt and no argument that AJ Brown is a great game-changing player, but so was Terrell Owens, and we got rid of his ass too. Okay? He got out there and almost won a Super Bowl with a broken freaking leg. Okay? And he was a locker room cancer and he brought negative attention. Was AJ Brown anywhere near T.O.? No. Talent wise and drama wise. But at the same time, I think that the Eagles is a very culture heavy team. And if you come in here, you mess up the culture, you put negative eyes on us, and we're the most shat on team in the league anyway, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's always good to get something like that out of the way. So was it necessarily fair? I would have liked a player too, but I think that most Eagles fans are like, damn, bro, gonna miss you, but it's good not to have to worry about what fucking media headline is gonna be surrounding AJ Brown and AJ Brown only to this week and today.
Well, I will say it could be addition by subtraction for the Eagles, right? It could be. You get rid of a guy who, well, in 5 years, I like to know the full story. I like to know Hurts's angle. I like to know the real story because is AJ Brown this dramatic? I really don't think so. I think it could be Sirianni's fault. I think some of it could be Hurts's fault in a way. I mean, you got to think about it. This is Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown were best friends when they were going on the recruiting visits and recruiting trips. Hurts threw to AJ Brown for his pro day. I mean, for AJ Brown not to invite Hurts to his wedding, I mean, that's kind of crazy. Jay, if you got married and didn't invite me, I'd feel a type of way. You know what I mean? So there's something that had to have happened. I need
Something had
both
to have
sides.
happened. So I mean, there are rumors, and I don't know, and I don't mean to cut you off, but there
No, you're
are
good.
rumors. I don't know how true it is or not, but apparently Hassan Reddick and AJ Brown were like smashing the same girl, and Jalen Hurts knew about it and didn't tell AJ or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but I've
With
read
that,
that multiple places, and
that
I
AJ Brown's married
well, no, but this was a while ago,
a while ago.
just
Probably
before
before
he
he
got married.
got married. Yeah, before he got married. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Hassan Reddick, we're talking about, so it was a while ago.
Hassan. Oh my God, Hassan Reddick. He used to be
He's
elite.
washed up too.
Anyway, Joey, I want to bring you in because AJ Brown's out of the division. How do
And
you
he's out
feel
of the division.
quickly?
I feel good about it because we ain't got to deal with AJ Brown twice a year. So no, I think overall it was a good trade for both parties because it's been going on for months that AJ wanted out. He asked for a trade in week 4, it got declined, and now everything's all good. I only say they got bad because they don't have a receiver that's going to replicate the same production that AJ Brown has done for 4 straight years.
This fucking production conversation we keep having. The dude was he hit 1,000 yards. He had like 1,003 yards. He barely cracked 1,000 this
It was
past year.
1,037,
And
but
you
he still
talking
hurt
about
me.
you're not gonna have to deal with him twice a year. When we played you, he put up like 8 yards. What the fuck were you
Yeah,
dealing
because
with?
we shut him down. That's why.
No, you
But
weren't
anyways,
dealing with anything.
I do
He-
feel like
you still have to
the
get.
Patriots.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
go ahead.
So I feel like the Patriots kind of fleeced y'all because it was a 28 first rounder, and there's no good 28 first rounders coming out for wide receivers, unless Harry Roseman decides to flip that for a player, which could be the case
I think
as well.
that the deal is, and I'm gonna let because Ian, I know he's dying to talk. This is really his trade that he won, so we're gonna let him get to it. But
I'm good. I'm happy over here.
The big thing is that the Eagles, Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni, I think, and Eagles fans, we have more faith in Devontae Smith than anybody else. Okay, we have more faith in Devontae Smith than any outside person looking in says. Everyone's like, Devontae Smith's good, but can he really be? You guys forget he's a Heisman winner. You guys forget that when AJ Brown couldn't, Devontae Smith could. When it was time for almost every single time, it was like maybe one or two times that it didn't happen, but almost every time that Devontae Smith's number was called to step up, he steps up in a big way. That man has hands, he has speed, that man can hit you over the middle, he can hit you on the sideline, he can do it all. So I think that on a lot of teams he would be a one, and I think that people kind of decrease that and say, oh, well, he can't replicate AJ. He was better than AJ in a lot of cases.
Okay. Let's Ian, I want to give you the floor quickly before we move on. Because you have the huge trade with AJ and the Mike Vrabel offseason drama, do you think the AJ Brown's going to mask the Vrabel controversy a little bit, or is that Vrabel cloud just going to stay with the Pats for most of the year?
I think that the off-field stuff with Vrabel is going to affect anything is silly. I know it's definitely something we like seeing in the media, and like I keep looking up the story to see how much I can find too. But to think that it would affect his job or his ability to coach, especially with the previous connection in Tennessee, like I'm just excited to see them reunite. I'm excited to see football, and it's been a tough 7-8 years for Patriot fans, before last year. So happy to get back on track.
Had a great 20 years, though. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. I'm being spoiled.
20 years. You were spoiled for a long time.
Spoiled for a long time. Still am, because guess what? We got Drake May and AJ Brown.
I appreciate it, Ian, the optimism, but I'm going to have to disagree. You had Ime Udoka, who got fired and is not that good of a coach with the Rockets now. And with that same, with the same affair kind of situation. Not as famous. He didn't get caught red-handed like Mike Vrabel did, but I think it's going to affect Vrabel a little bit.
Ian's hyped for Kayshon Boutte. That's what he's hyped for. Yeah.
I mean, if I had a nickel for every time a New England coach had some sort of affair that we were all infatuated with, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's where it happened twice.
Okay, moving on to the second biggest trade, the Myles Garrett to the Rams. So, Joey, give us your quick thoughts on this situation.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Les Snead said F them picks and decided to trade some more picks to go make a run for a Super Bowl. Now, I mean, obviously, we know Myles Garrett's best defensive player, probably in the NFL, at least on edge rushing wise. But like for Cleveland, they didn't lose out in this trade. They got draft picks. They got Jared Verse, who's a solid defensive end as well, not like Myles Garrett level, but rookie of the year is rookie season. They still got Carson Schlesinger. They got a lot of young pieces on that defense. So the future, not as it's looking a little bright for Cleveland. Not saying they're going to be anything, but like it's looking a lot better without Myles Garrett than even with him. So
Ian, are the Browns priming to tank so they can try to get the number 1 pick to draft a quarterback? Is this what we're looking at for the Browns?
I don't know if they're going for a quarterback, but they definitely need like everything. They need a little bit of literally everything. It seems like they're just kind of turtling right now, getting rid of decent assets for hopefully building something in the future. But I mean, as far as I know right now, isn't Deshaun Watson labeled as their QB1, which
he is. That's as of right now, he is outperforming any other quarterback at OTA.
So I would agree they need that, but they need everything in my eyes.
All right, Jay. So the Eagles were rumored to be on the phones. I kind of knew it. Howie Roseman's a deal maker, but the Browns were only going to trade Garrett to the Eagles for Jalen Carter. So in your opinion, did Howie make the right call, or should he have traded Jalen Carter and picks for Myles Garrett?
So I talked about this earlier in the Discord server with some of the boys, and I was called crazy and all types of stuff because I said I wouldn't trade Jalen Carter away and picks for Myles Garrett for the simple fact that yes, Myles Garrett's great. He's a generational athlete. However, he's 30 years old, and the time's going to be ticking. He's gonna digress at some point. So. I mean, I would rather build around a still young 25-year-old Jalen Carter, keep your picks, build up that draft capital. So come next year, because odds are, man, are the Seagulls going to go to the Super Bowl this year? And I don't think so. But I think that we have the power to make a good put together a good season and make a nice maybe a tiny playoff run. And then, I think ultimately, the inconsistencies at coaching and stuff like that, and that's going to end up showing and rearing its ugly head at some point. But all in all, I think that if you keep your picks, you keep a young guys that you've gotten. I mean, Jalen Carter was one of the. I might have misspoke earlier because I said that he was the best pick of his class. If he wasn't the best pick, he was at least top 3. Okay, so I think that keeping him, building around him, and continuing to just kind of nurture that defense that you've been building for the last few years is probably the smartest option rather than trying to get a quick fix like Myles Garrett.
To be fair, I think it was a steal based on how talented Carter is and where he was drafted, 10th or 11th in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because of the off-field drama, that's why he slipped. But anyway, Ian, how scary are the Rams right now with Myles Garrett, Trent McDuffie, Puka, Devontae? I mean,
I heard 4 days ago, Aaron Donald posted about he's ready. I that's not even completely off the table for me with them already being terrifying. They're willing to get rid of Cooper Kupp for chump change, just a couple years after he gets the Triple Crown, because obviously they have Puka, they get Devontae Adams. They're lethal literally everywhere. Adding Myles Garrett is terrifying. And if they can bring back Aaron Donald, I will shit myself, I think.
Can I ask a question though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, did anything come of that Puka drama, or is anything going to come of it? Because that could be a question mark.
Okay, I think Joey, did you have anything? Did you want to chime in? Go ahead.
No, we're good.
So Puka, obviously you had the controversy with Aiden Ross on streaming and Puka apparently biting people. I think Sean McVay hates Puka behind the scenes and does not want to re-sign him to a JSN level contract, and they will let him walk or trade him. That's my opinion.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw the introductory press conference of Myles Garrett, and Sean McVay looked very happy with Myles Garrett compared to Ty Simpson. I'll tell you that much.
Les Snead and Ty Simpson's father are buddies, so of course.
Buddies.
All right, Joey, let's switch gears. Let's talk about basketball. So, Joey, give us a quick recap of OKC and the Spurs series. Now, OKC's been the number 1 seed for 3 years in a row and have only made the finals once. And in my opinion, that is a total failure. So just give us a quick recap what you thought and what your takeaways are.
I thought the Spurs are going to win the NBA Finals. I said the winner of the Western Conference Finals is winning the championship. Victor Wembanyama, at 22 years old, is going to be an NBA champion. They beat the reigning champions, OKC, in 7 in pretty convincing fashion. Well, not convincing. Well, it's kind of convincing. Kind of close, kind of convincing. But, I still think San Antonio is winning the whole thing.
Ian, what do you make of Chet Holmgren being soft as Charmin? 1 for 2 in Game 7 when he's a third option and he was elevated to the second option. Could not cut it out.
Couldn't do anything. He looks terrified. He looks like he didn't even know how to hold a basketball. Honestly, I think it's just Wemby just has free real estate in his brain at this point. Because their relationship stems from so far back from I forget, there was a meme where Wemby was mad at him for winning something over him, and he's just never let him forget it since. And he's just turned into the alien we knew.
Oh, absolutely. It was the FIBA U18 championship.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jay, should we be terrified if you're an NBA fan or NBA team or player just because Wemby at 22? Do you think we're going to see him rattle off 9-10 straight finals appearances like LeBron? Is he just going to dominate for the next decade and no one's going to come close? Is this the start, or are we overestimating Wemby's ability?
So, and I've said this multiple times. I've said it here. I've said it in Discord. I've said it Final Four. I've said it everywhere. I truly believe by the end of Wemby's career, he will go down, at least statistically, as the GOAT. Better than Jordan, better than LeBron, better than anyone who's ever been in the NBA. For the simple fact that his size alone is an issue, but when you pair it with the skill that he actually has and you watch him play, it's like, dude, is this guy even a human being or is he an alien from Mars? You know what I'm saying? So it is absolutely just, it's crazy to see this guy do what he's done in such a short amount of time because he hasn't even been here that long, and just see how dominant he actually is. So I don't think that there is undercutting him. I think that there are a lot of people who are actually or overcutting him. I think there are a lot of people who are actually undercutting him and trying to say, oh, well, like, oh, he can't be this, he can't be that. Because let's be honest, Wemby is not a household name. I think that people are more focused on like the popularity of the name LeBron or the name Jordan rather than like what a motherfucker's actually doing on the court. And if you look at Wemby's playing, if he can win, if he could beat out Jordan and LeBron for the amount of rings he has, that'll be the stamp on his career, dude. I think he's gonna end up being the GOAT. That guy is unreal.
So Wemby's hitting it from half court like he's Steph Curry, man. It's crazy.
And he's freaking as tall. He's taller than Mutombo. So it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Need a hit leg day, but anyway, we're gonna go down the list and predict the finals. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win Finals MVP? I'll go first. I have the Knicks as underdogs, winning in 6, winning at the Garden. Jalen Brunson, Finals MVP. Off the sheer fact that I think the Knicks are a little older, a little more experienced, and they're gonna have to bully Wemby. Now that's hard, I know, but yet Cat, Mitchell Robinson, OG are not afraid of Wemby like Chet is. So they're gonna have to bully Wemby, maybe get some hard fouls on him. Brunson's gonna go off. I think Brunson's a better player than Castle and Fox, even though those guys are more athletic and better defenders. Brunson's going to go off, and the Knicks have to win in 6. If it goes to 7, I have the Spurs winning on their home court. Ian, what say you?
I think those are all fantastic observations. I can't disagree with any of it, but I did see this piece of paper that said NBA champions. It had all the listed years and then the future ones, and it said for this year it was the Spurs and next year's the Thunders. So for this one, I'm going to have to go for the Spurs.
Okay. Who's winning, how many games, and then Finals MVP?
Who's winning how many games? Spurs are winning 6 games. Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby's probably the answer. 6 games in the Garden? That's harsh. I'm a fellow New York native just because I lived here for the past 6 years. But anyway, Jay, give us your predictions.
So listen, New York's dangerous. I said it before that. I said that it would be really cool if New York did do it just because, all 3 of us here, me, Ian, and my guy Joey, are big WWE fans, and the whole saga with Danhausen cursing hit them, and so they cursed them. They lost like 2 or 3 games in a row, and then he uncursed them, and right after he uncursed them, they haven't lost since or some shit. So yeah, it's just crazy because it's like WWE, like art is imitating life and vice versa and shit. So it'd be really cool to see, as much as I fucking hate them because they beat the Sixers like embarrassingly. It would be really cool to see the Knicks do it. I hate and love Jalen Brunson. He's an absolute monster. He went from a guy who really wasn't supposed to be anybody special to, he was like, oh yeah, he's just a good piece on the team, to like the team. Like, he is the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, man, I'm gonna say, while I want that to happen, I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be really cool to see. I'm still gonna say the Spurs in 7. I'm gonna say 7 because I think it's gonna be a nice series. Wemby is the best player in the finals, so I'm gonna go Wemby as the finals MVP. And shit, you know what? I'll say they do it in New York
in 6, or
that would put
because Game 7 would be in San Antonio.
Okay, yeah, so Game 7. Okay, yeah, so yeah, Game 6 would be. So we'll say 7 in San Antonio.
Okay, Joey.
Much like Ian looking at the piece of paper, I saw a video of Eric Corgi, who predicted the finals, and that Corgi had the Spurs winning in 7. So I'm also going to go Spurs in 7 because that Corgi is hardly ever wrong, and I think Victor Wembanyama wins the MVP.
Wait, what did the Corgi predict for the series for Knicks and Spurs? I didn't see that video.
It predicted Spurs take Game 1, the Knicks take the next 2, Spurs tie it up, Spurs win, and then Knicks win, and then Spurs win.
Oh God, the Knicks take 2 games in a row and still lose?
Yeah, that's what the Corgi had predicted. Yeah.
The Knicks cannot lose at home. That's the issue. If they lose one game at home, it's over, bro. They
Yeah.
can't. You need home court. Like you can't play at the
No,
Garden
I
and
agree.
not
Like they've
win.
won 11 in a
Zach,
row.
you,
It's
you know,
crazy,
Z, you should pray to God that the Knicks win, or else you might not have a fucking house. Because as much as people like to talk about Eagles fans and Philly fans, you guys are fucking crazy in New York, bro.
Wait,
Insane.
Win or lose,
Bro,
it
if-
doesn't matter. The New York is burning to the ground. Either
That's
way.
facts. Bro, imagine they lose 2 in a row and then lose in Game 7. Yeah, New York's going to the
New
ground.
York's done. But
Imagine if Wemby Game 7 hits a logo 3 for the win. I think New York might burn itself to the ground. Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, Brooklyn.
I'll come join the party because I want to burn New York to the fucking ground too. Fuck you guys.
Bring that corgi here. They'll murder
Bring
that
that
corgi.
Corgi. Hey, look, if Eric Corgi predicts the finals, I'm listening to that dog every day of my life.
He predicted
All right.
every game for Spurs Thunder, bro.
That's
Every
what I'm
single
saying.
game.
That Corgi's
Everyone.
crazy.
Is it a dog?
Yeah, it's literally a dog that bounces a ball off their nose into like 2 different baskets for the team, and like whatever basket it lands in, obviously they win that game or whatever.
Holy shit! I'm about to follow him.
It's random. Yeah. Bleach Report
It's
always
random,
posts
yeah.
corgi every series. Okay.
He's like the groundhog for
Like the groundhog. Yeah.
Okay, we have some time left. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? I'm going to cut this.
I do actually. I know you two don't follow it, but the UFL playoffs start this weekend, and
There we
Dior
go.
or Jay, I want to let you know that your DC Defenders are playing the Orlando Storm, and the Orlando Storm is 2-0 against the Defenders.
Well, here's the deal. Unfortunately, the DC Defenders took a major L when Jordan Ta'amu went down. I think that he was like their only hope because he is, I think, pound for pound, probably the best quarterback in the UFL. However, he went down out for the season. We've dealt with Jason Bean, Spencer Sanders, a whole bunch of other
Kansas
dudes.
guy,
Jason
Jason
Bean's
Bean.
got legs, but that's about it. His arm is trash.
And then the Kings play the Battlehawks. That'd be a good one.
So, hey, man, listen, I know that once again, you guys don't watch USFL, but it has been an absolute, it's been an absolute awesome season when it came to play. The attendance has been up and down, but
Didn't
the viewership
DC and
has been-
Orlando get like 2 million viewers or something? Like they got like some crazy
Well,
number.
they got 1 million and like a 1.5, but
Yeah,
it
like
was-
1.5 million or something. That was
yeah.
crazy.
So the viewership is up, even though the attendance isn't super up. But hey, man, if you guys can catch a playoff game or so, it will be you'll probably enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah, I'll
They
check
had
the
a Boston
highlights.
team. Ian would watch it. I know that for a fact.
DC Defenders in the playoffs, why not? Give it a shot. So I just want to give a quick. I'm going to go back to OKC. So first of all, Chet is soft. I already said that. But to go one for two is crazy. And you're 7 feet tall, bro. This dude's like a big front runner. First of all, remember he flopped against DeAndre Ayton. Ayton didn't even touch him. And then after the game, Chet has the gall to say, "Oh, we want all physicality." And yet you didn't even get touched and fell to the floor, bro. Like that is the least physical thing you could ever do. Like he is the most front running dude in the league. Like I think if people were comparing him to KD, well, yeah, they're both 7 feet tall. Chet is not the scorer KD is, and they're both soft as shit in the head for some reason. As much shit as I give Jalen Hurts, Jay, I do admit Jalen Hurts does have a good mental game, which Chet needs. Whatever therapist or sports psychologist Jalen Hurts has, that's what Chet needs because it was embarrassing, bro. Someone said I'd rather watch him go 1 for 30 because at least he didn't get in his own head. 1 for 2 means you were scared the whole time. And I wouldn't even be surprised if Sam Presti said, "I'm going to package Chet multiple firsts to go get Giannis." If they do that, I would be scared. Shea and Giannis together,
Hey,
Shit.
Yeah.
No.
did y'all hear that LeBron is open to
that-
playing in Golden State?
See, that's that shit, dude. I don't want to see teams like that anymore. And if y'all are going to try to like put together super teams, like you shouldn't be able to afford Shea and Chet. I mean, Shea and fucking Giannis. You shouldn't be able to afford that.
Chet has the max, and then Shea, Joey, we'll go to that point soon. And Shea has the max. Shea has the super max, and Chet has a max kicking in this year or the next year. And then J Dub also has a max. So you got 3 max players on the team already. But Chet just sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chet's terrible.
Joey, what were you saying? LeBron to Golden State?
Yeah, apparently there's interest in LeBron potentially going to Golden State with Steph Curry. I don't know how much weight's behind that, but I've been seeing that on Twitter.
Why the fuck would that happen?
I don't know. I've just seen it. I don't know. I don't think it happens. I think I mean, the most obvious spot's probably Cleveland if he does leave LA.
They're gonna
So,
change their
like, I
name
mean-
to the fucking Golden State Washiers because they're all gonna be washed up.
Also, is there any like super teams in the NBA currently? Like, I mean, I guess I don't know if the Lakers are a super team per se with
No,
LeBron and Luka, but
No,
No, you-
not really.
You could count the OKC in a way, just because.
I would.
No, you
They're
wouldn't
so
even say
young.
OKC.
Nah.
Go ahead, Ian.
I would just say I would count OKC. Like it's a young team. Like they're only gonna be better later. They have more picks on top of like the Spurs in a couple years if they are the dynasty we expect them to be. Like maybe not right now
Well,
yet, but
what if
They're
Giannis goes to
super
San
duper
Antonio with Wemby?
I think we need to.
God.
I think we need to
no.
define. I think we need to define what we mean by super team because to me, a super team is a team that has like at least 3 superstars.
It was like LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh kind of thing.
yeah,
Like,
that's a super team. You know,
Yeah.
you got fucking. You know what I'm saying? You got super teams like you got freaking KD going to. Didn't KD play for the Warriors at a point?
Yeah,
He did with Steph Curry and Klay
Yeah,
Thompson
with
and
the-
Draymond and all that.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to
maybe
do
at
that.
one point.
He was there for a brief minute, you know. Like,
Yeah, that's a super team to me.
That's a
So-
super team.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Chet was All NBA third team, so that makes it even worse, bro. Like that is so.
Yeah, he's just
so
bad. He's just bad at basketball.
I heard
mean,
Chet needs to go to like some of the South American countries that have like everybody's just statistically shorter to remind him how big he is as a person.
he could walk down the street in America and he's towering over everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Think his life has been he has always been the tallest person no matter where he's been, everywhere he goes, gets to the NBA. Then there's this guy Wemby and he's just towering over him by like
Yeah,
5
dude,
inches.
Wemby is insane.
When I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I think I did. I don't know if I said it on here, Final Four, or both. But I've been to Fanatics Fest for the past 2 years, and I went to the first one and I went to the second one last year. I'm going this year again. And if you don't know what Fanatics Fest is literally the biggest sports con in America, period, probably the world. Anybody and everybody from WWE to UFC to NBA to NHL to anybody at boxing, anybody is there. I ran into DJ Khaled, freaking Jay-Z. Anyway, I was walking down to go to the bathroom because me and my girlfriend and my daughter were waiting to get a Bianca Belair autograph. And I was going to the bathroom and I walk by a crowd. It's like a big fucking like crowd. And then I look up and I see Wemby walking towards me. And I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking Wemby. He has a security around. So there's like a section where like you could play chess with him. So that's what he was walking to. And I saw him, he's right here. So I'm like, yo, Wemby. I reached my fist out to give him a fist bump. I'm like, fist bump. This nigga reached over like a huge crowd of freaking people and didn't even bend over and literally just bumped my fist, bro. This dude's wingspan. And he was in New York, you know? It was just crazy. I'm like, dude, like in real life, seeing this man and then watching him reach his arm from where I was to where he was to just give me a fist bump was like, I'm like, that gave me perspective. Like, this dude's huge, bro. Huge.
He's lanky as
Yeah,
shit.
Wemby's
I think
crazy.
could he dunk without jumping? Like I'm
Yeah.
Oh
serious.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure.
What is he,
100%.
7'5"?
7'6", I think. I think they
7'6",
lowered it
7'6".
4.
There you go.
7'6". 7'6" this way, not this way.
7'6". What was that? That one dude that you said did the thinky? But who was that?
LaMelo Ball 6'7".
No. The one basketball player you named that did the whole little thingy majigger like this or whatever, wasn't that?
Who'd I name?
There was some old guy who played in goggles or something. I don't know.
Goggles.
Some about Clyde the Glide.
Yeah, who the
Mike
fuck-
Drexler?
No. There was some white guy that you named that was like we were doing like the all-time team, and you said like some old name, some old guy.
Oh God, George Mikan.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is George
George
Mike,
Mikan.
and he did the whole little thingy. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me ask you guys this because I know we're running down out of time, but let me ask you guys this: if you were to pick an All NBA team of current players in the league right now, run it down. Who is it?
Can I pick Luca? I mean, Luca was injured, but
Yeah, you can pick whoever's in the NBA. Yeah,
He's been an All NBA. Yeah.
Oh, all NBA. I thought you said
Yeah.
playoffs for some reason.
No, I mean all NBA, or if you don't want to do that, just give a top 5 list of the best NBA players right now. Who's your top 5?
Ooh.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White.
He's gonna name Celtics. Peyton Pritchard.
Derek
you know,
White.
Yeah, he was the next one.
Picture.
I just didn't want to make. I didn't
Luke
want to make you guys
Cornett,
hear them all.
Luke Cornett, who's not a Celtic anymore, but
Oh, that's a good one. Cornet's a good one.
Sam Hauser.
Then
His
Hauser,
contract's
yeah,
too much,
Sam
but I
Hauser.
do like him, of course.
Devin White, Devin White.
Devin White. That's a football player, linebacker.
No, Devin White is Derek White, not
Devin,
Devin White.
that is
Yeah.
name Derek White.
He
One
was
of them,
number
either
3.
way, it was one of them. I was close.
He was on the list.
I'll go Wemby.
Mhm.
I'll go Steph for the shooting.
Jesus, right now?
Even right now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like it. Okay.
Fuck it. I'll go LeBron.
Nigga, are you sure you're not talking about 2000 and fucking like 15?
Give me like all NBA, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go. Oh God. I mean, I'm trying to go
Flag.
fit too, because I was gonna go Luca, but then it's like fit. Do they fit together?
No,
Is
but
it-
you doesn't. But I'm saying he doesn't have to be a starting lineup. Just give me a top 5. Your top 5.
Oh.
of the year.
Oh, best players? Okay,
Yeah.
Wemby, Luca, Joker,
hmm
Joker.
This is in order.
No, not really. Just kind of
Okay.
Giannis. And then I'll go. Oof. Who's next? I'll go Shea. He was
Yeah.
an MVP. I'll go Shea.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much because mine goes that in order. Mine is probably Wemby, Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Luca.
Ooh. Okay.
Mhm.
So pretty much the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone got anything different?
I had the same. Just my list was Wemby, Lucas, Shea, Joker, Giannis, just different order.
Yeah, the order is just gonna change. These are the top 5 fucking players in the NBA right now.
I mean, look, Shea is he's MVP. Jokic is what, a 2-time MVP. Giannis has been an MVP champion. So like, I mean,
Ian, you got Brown or Tatum in that list?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I don't disagree with what you guys are saying, but I'm not sure who I'm taking out of there to make room for at least one of them. Maybe Giannis for Tatum, just because I'm stubborn like that.
I actually want to talk to you. So Jaylen Brown was on Twitch saying this was the most fun year he's ever had, but they lost in the first round, blew a 3-1 lead. Is Jaylen Brown kind of similar to AJ Brown, where he just wants the ball and wants to be the number one option, get his stats, and since both Browns have a ring, it's like I'm satisfied with the ring. Just let me be the man, even on a mid team. Like, is that the
He
case
wants to
with
be a
Jaylen
man on a team with Saquon Barkley running for almost breaking a fucking
all right, relax, calm down. Just let him answer the question. All right.
guy. You know what, Ian? You're gonna be in for a rude surprise soon as fucking y'all win a title or some shit. AJ Brown's gonna cry because he didn't fucking win it by
That's
himself.
not what happened. This was the first time he was ever able to get out of anybody's shadow and show that he can lead a team and does have that ability to do it. That way he can be the leader for whatever he needs to do, or at least prove the fact that, like, I'm sure he got a lot of flack that he won the finals MVP when they did win the title in 2024. And a lot of people probably telling him that it should have been Tatum's. And then this was at least a run to prove that, like, he is worth what he gets. He does work hard and he can be that guy if, you know, if it's not a game 7 against Philly, I guess, is the only thing.
Did you like his Twitch comments, or was that overblown, or do you think he was just talking shit? Not talking shit to Tatum or the Celtics, but just talking shit, shooting the shit. Like, is it a big deal, or are we just like?
I think that he's a professional athlete, and probably the first place he shouldn't go is Twitch. I don't disagree with a lot of what he said, but also, like, that's not something that needs to be shared publicly. Like, he's in a much more, like, casual space that a lot of people don't get to. So I still applaud him and respect the fact that he would even do that, but also, like, understand that every single word that you say is under a microscope and people will take it out of context any possible way to make it sound like their agenda is more important than whatever is actually happening.
I agree, and also you're rich as fuck, bro. Don't Twitch, don't stream, bro. You have the bread.
Oh, he has so much money. He has so much money. He's just doing it for fun.
You'll see that Wimby's
Yeah.
the cover athlete for 2K or NBA.
Oh, yeah.
No, I saw Caleb Williams was Madden cover.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw
I was gonna say like is does the curse exist for 2K too or just for Madden?
Just Madden, I
I think it's just Madden. That means Caleb Williams gonna have a down year. So
Thank you
Fuck,
guys
I like
so
it.
much for watching. We are out of time, unfortunately. It's Z Shaw. I got Joey, got Jay, the same crew, and thank you, Ian. Thank you for coming to the show, man.
Thanks
Great
for having
takes,
me.
my man.
This is a lot of
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
All right, guys.
sure.
I'll catch y'all later.
We'll see you.
Deuces.